What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan Krause, and welcome to the Crucible Coachworks YouTube channel. Today, I'm just going to go over where we're at in the Slantnose and just give an update. So let's get right to it. In the last Slantnose video, what I did was I made the lower portion of the passenger side quarter panel. And since then, I've welded that on, I've planished it out, and I've done some more work on the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you what I've done. So first, the car's up in stands now. I have it fully leveled out. I got tired of working on the floor and just having to lift it and put up and down on jack stands and everything. So I said, screw it. We had an alignment stand sitting around, so I took our scissor lift here, lifted it up, set it down on these stands I had already leveled out, and then I took a laser level to the car and also put a stand in the back there. You can kind of see that it's under the subframe of the car, so I can take the rear wheels off. This is a temporary solution just so I can have a good working height. So the last video, we made this piece down here, right? It was an update to the original design. The original piece, I think, is actually laying on the ground over here under some junk. I can stay there. So I've welded that all in since then. I've planched out, I've adjusted the profile some. As you can see, there's this blue Dicom layout fluid on here that I used as a guide coat. There's still some low spots to take care of, but whatever. I've also since worked on the profile of the edge here. It used to kind of like taper in and roll down. I've actually squared it out for the most part. I'm not done yet, but it's almost there. That's a straight line down from the car, spaced out and square like any wide-bodied car would be. I decided to do that because it just flows better with the car. So that's the update on that. So back over on this side, I've since made the interior, the wheel well that we tubbed the rear end of the car. So we now have a steel wheel well in here that replaces the OEM wheel well. That spot weld is here. I decided to flange it in the same spot and then it'll get plug welded there, so it's like factory. It's the same gauge as the original panel, so it should be just strong. And then it wraps around here and flanges, kind of hard to see, and flanges to the quarter panel, nice and smooth. Again, it should be nice and strong and much like the original on the car. And I've also done the same on this side and squared out the flare. As you can see, it's completely vertical now with basically just a straight cut across the quarter panel. That was a lot of work and kind of a pain, but now I gotta go through here. There's like a little blister here, it's a little high spot I gotta shrink. Some other spots I gotta clean up, but I'm not really worried about that right now. We're still on the fence, and if we want to leave this like a bare metal look, or we want to paint the car, if it's gonna stay a bare metal, then I have a lot more metal finishing to do. If it's not, 99% of this all will come out with just some primer, epoxy primer, and some primer on top of that. It's gonna basically just blocker it out, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. So the plan here is to figure out my ductwork now. It's gonna be a piece in here I'm gonna 3D print and either make a mold out of or use the piece itself. I'm not sure which, but that's gonna basically clip in here with basically like a coupler in the back, so I can run a hose that runs through here, up over top the tub. Again, kind of dark in here, it's hard to see. Through the space back to here, and then it'll be diverted. If it's for engine air, it'll go through the engine, right over to the engine bay. If it's for a cooler, it'll come back down, and then the exhaust air will vent out the back here. By exhaust air, I mean like through the cooler, the hot air. Again, it's kind of up in the air. We're still trying to decide what we want to do specifically for this model, but we will have support for whatever you need if you were to commission one of these cars. So I went ahead and took the quarter panel off here. So you can see the tub. If you haven't seen it on my Instagram or TikTok, this is what the tub looks like. I still have to finish on the back end here, which will depend on what we do with the air coming through the intake there. And then also I have to make a door that will be rolled and bolted into here, an access door, so you can access the backside of the vent to attach the hose. We haven't decided if it's gonna be a silicone hose or it's gonna be like one of those ribbed hoses, or we make a actual plastic duct that just bolts in. Not sure on that yet, but it'll be there. But yeah, this is the tub. It's made from two pieces of 19 gauge steel. It's one straight piece here that has that break on the end, so it can flange to the original wheel well spot. And then this outer piece here is a vertical piece that I shrunk the edge on significantly. You can kind of see the weld here where it sort of wraps around. I'm actually pretty proud of this piece. I think it came out very clean. I'm going to be making the other side. And in fact, over here you can see where I'm starting to make the jig. I actually made a jig for the other side that basically you take the edge of the panel and make a strip of metal here. It's a 90-degree bent piece of metal that I am stretching the edge on so it curves along this. You can see the OEM wheel well here that I cut off on the other side. I'm using my shrinker stretcher table that if you've seen on Instagram that I slapped together because I got tired of walking across the room constantly to make this. But yeah, I'm gonna take little pieces of rod here that I tack to this, and then they bolt to these OEM, they're like the wheel well plastics that go in here, splash guards. They're the same spot in every car, so I can just bolt this up here and then it'll locate this edge for future commissions as well. So it's a good tool to have for the future for production. But I'm gonna be making that, so that, and then I can do the same thing on the other side and take a pattern and then shape the inner tub without having the quarter panel on it. Now, I'm not gonna make the video today on that because actually on Friday this week, hopefully this video will be out before then, it should be, Eastwood's coming by to shoot a full day of filming with me while I make that piece. So that's exciting, and I'll go into that detail here shortly. But yeah, this tub structure is super strong. Like, it's held on with only 3 Clecos up here, and then vice grip and 3 Clecos on the inside, and I could probably stand on this, I bet. Like, it doesn't go anywhere. Now, I mentioned Eastwood's coming on Friday. They dropped off their TIG 200 AC/DC. That is their updated version of their TIG. They get dropped off to see if I liked it for a week, and then to come by and film me doing something, and which I chose to do the tub on the Slantnose. So this TIG is like $1,000 machine. It's like on sale right now. At the time I'm recording this for like 800 or something like that. It has like their updated version. It's like a high frequency start. It has a different pedal control. Honestly, I really like it. We have an ESAB 2200i or whatever down here that I use for most everything. For sake of, you know, everything going on right now, I'm using just this to see how I like it. It's super easy to set up. It's really basic. There's no pulse or anything like that, but you still have good control over like your amperage and other settings here, pre and post flow, basic necessities. It's extremely light. So keep an eye out for a video on that. That'll be coming out probably, I don't know, however long it takes for me to edit it. Moving on, yeah, like I said, so we have the bumper up next. I have these tubs to make, which will be made on Friday. I have my jig work to set up and some patterns to make in advance. Also, I have some stuff to clean up from like a previous era where I have to dress up some welds here. I have to actually weld the strip down. I'm gonna clean up the weld up here, just clean up this profile a little better before they come on Friday, and clean up the car in general. Once the tubs are done, I can figure out my duct work, and once that's all done, I can move to the rear bumper, which I'm excited for. Also, you notice on the floor here, I have a scrap piece. I get asked a lot how many pieces I just like throw away. This is gonna be one of those. I started making the lower cap that goes on the rocker here, and it just isn't. I tried it in one piece. It's just not working out too well. It's extremely rough. I don't mind the finish on it, but yeah, I'm gonna be just trashing that and starting over, or salvaging the bottom, like a little bit of it, because I gotta do some 2 pieces. This isn't working out for me. Also, lastly, this is our Liebert shear that we converted to be like a Pullmax style machine for these thumbnail shrinking dies. It works pretty great, but I wanted to actually have it have like Pullmax functionality for other tooling. And since it's a Liebert shear, like the jaw just doesn't accept normal Pullmax dies, and it's actually not very tall either, so I have to make my own. So I've been 3D printing prototypes to try to make some tipping dies and other profile dies. So this is a failed, well, it was a test print to see if it even fit, and it did fit very well, but it did crack when I put the pin through it because it was PLA that I printed very fast and rough. Now I do have a ASA version that's updated that I printed. Where did I put it? I don't even remember where I sat it down. It's over here. It's a pile of junk. I have this ASA version that I printed. Actually, this morning it finished, and it came out very clean, and I printed it at like a 45 by 45 angle, so it was like what, like that when I printed. And I added a bracket to add support. I'm just prototyping ideas to see if I could actually come up with a print that would survive even like very light use, and B, to come up with a design that fits directly into this machine so that I can have them machined out of tool steel and then have tooling. So, you know, just another one of the billion things I have going on in the shop right now. Anyway, so that's a project update on the Slantnose. No fun time lapses or anything today, guys. Sorry, it's just been really busy and haven't had time to set my phone up as I use my phone for video, so I haven't had time to set it up for horizontal time lapses. In fact, my TikTok doesn't have very many time lapses right now. I've just been focused on getting some work done. But soon I'll have another interactive, high quality, action-packed video. But for now, it's just a project update. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. A nice short one this week. Tune in probably next week when I have more updates. So later.